A very, very good morning to everyone. I think Surendra set up a fantastic context in terms of humanizing our experience, right? As retailers, today, when we look around our malls, what's essentially happened is that we've adapted a technology which was meant for the OOH industry, which are those large LED screens, into a retail format, right? Most of the retailers that come to us, and then the conversation starts with technology, a large part of it is, अच्छा 20 फुट का स्क्रीन लगा देते हैं. But the fact of the matter is, that is not what technology in retail should be about. It's got to be strategic. It's got to have a purpose. I think Surendra said it. He's, to be very honest, he set me up very well, because a lot of the things that we were that was being discussed is, I'm just going to take that forward, right? So when we discuss tech from a perspective of the human store, the retail store, essentially we need to also look at how viable it's going to be to roll out, scalability, return on investment. So the topic for me today is how to get higher sales with lower OPEX, right? Okay. Yeah. So first and foremost, let's figure out how to provide the best stage for the products. Can you move forward, please? As the clicker is not moving it forward. Can you do it from there? There you go. Right. So one is, how do you set up a store which is versatile and still it's self-lit. Every merchandise which you're presenting is perfectly lit from the top shelf to the bottom. You want to change over, you want a different merchandise category, because today it's all about having fluid stores, right? So you want to change your category, you change your category. You want to change your merchandise, the same setup, the base setup is the investment that you make. While you make this investment, this also reduces your OPEX, and we're going to discuss that forward. That's a little bit of credential about us, what we do, where we're from, why you should trust what I say, right? So, the human aspect of it, right? Retail is a game of attraction and seduction. You attract your customer into your store. How do you do that? Through social media, through advertising, through OH, BTL, ATL, whatever you may. But you attract them into the store, and the next part of it is to seduce them to buy your product, to convince them that that's the product for them. It's that you as a consumer and my product as a mate. So then what's next? Why do people go to the store? Right? Who's the consumer today? And let's just deep dive into some of the activities that they do in store. How do they behave in store? So about 8 out of 10 consumers, when they're inside the store, they're looking at reviews. They're looking at product information. They're value conscious. Everything's about personalization, from sneakers to t-shirts to even the experience, right? If you have data about me, like say a shoe size thing, the one that shows you what your sole's like, what your pronation is like, so on and so forth. Or can you tell me oh, you are this age group person, this is what I can do for you. Or you're looking at a black shirt, these are the things I can pair up with that black shirt. And these are things that we can enable through technology at the rack. But we can enable this not only for the consumer to self-serve, but also for your people to be able to serve the consumer better, right? Let's be honest. The turnaround rate of the people that you have in your stores is very high. I mean, Mr. Nagesh once told me that 4 months, 5 months is what Shopper Stop used to have. A salesperson wouldn't be there for more than 5 months. Very difficult to keep them trained. How do you use the technology? How do you use screens? How do you use things like that in front of the consumer to showcase more about your product and assist them in assisting the customer? Okay, can somebody take this forward because the doesn't seem to be moving forward. No, I've been clicking. Sorry. Go ahead. I've already moved this one. Go ahead, go ahead. Okay, so now this is data by PricewaterhouseCoopers. This is data which is not only global but also Indian. And we tend to focus on these parts. Versus when the customer is looking, he's looking at these things. Now, with that, how do you use this insight? How do you give them a wider range? How do you show them more about the product information? And you show them where the context is right, where the products are actually there. Because let's be honest, the customer goes into the store to know the brand and his own personality fit, to touch and feel the product. And that's where reimagining our store to ensure that there is better cohesiveness is important. So let's reimagine the store from these perspectives, right? In terms of how the tech and human experience can come together. So just an example of that in a wine store. So Surinder was talking about consultative sales. This is an example of how.
Confused, actually.
Greetings. Shall I help you?
Yes.
So, whenever you are confused in the liquor store, you simply take the bottle and it will show all the information about the bottle, what year, what flavors, everything on a screen.
Oh, nice.
So now with integrating this kind of technology within the racks,
Let me know if I can help.
within the shopping space, the salesperson cannot be somebody who knows something about 5,000 wines. He cannot. Your team can. Similarly about clothes or shoes or jewelry. Your back-end team, the designers, the retail people sitting in the back office can curate the information and ensure that it is rolled out across your entire retail community, whether it's online, offline, e-commerce, whatever you may. And that could be integrated into the store, which is what happens in the store. The store has a lot of social media presence, and all of that data that they've got inside the store also goes on social media and vice versa, and it's accessed by the sales staff, by the consumers themselves, using the Place and Learn platform, right? Now we were talking about when we are looking at the product, presenting the product. in better lighting, in lighting which is closer to the product itself, rather than coming from the ceiling, shadow free, and far more effective. Higher ROI on the investments that you make, because you're also reducing the cost of one, creating the store if it's designed properly, and the cost of running the store. Let me show you. Same product, right? Immediately, where's the comparison gone? There's a comparison between the ceiling lights and this. We've moved forward again. Sorry for the little lag in the presentation. Okay, so you just plug that in, it lights up, it's right there. There is no travel for the light, there's no shadows, customer standing in front of them, there's no shadows. So your product is perfectly lit. Same thing with the shelves. Forward. And you can integrate physical, either light boxes or digital screens right there using that technology. The display is completely shadow free because there's no lights coming from behind the customer. There's no projection effects of, for example, if a customer is standing in front of your racks, the lights from behind him, his own shadow is falling on the products at the time that he's making a purchase decision subconsciously. Now when we were looking at this, sorry, we missed out on that slide, that there was a slide which was showing the same brand, two different stores, one with the integrated lighting, one without, and the number of overhead lights in that case, where there was no integrated lighting, was 3 times that of when there was integrated lighting. Now, so you're not only creating the store for the integrated lighting because you're getting better lights on your product, better visibility for your product, but also as a base for any technology that you want to play forward. I mean, that you want to stage into your store going forward. So my friends here are going to be talking about technology, they're going to be talking about content. All of the things that they create can be empowered right there. So there's some examples of the kind of stores, the kind of look that it can create. But most importantly, play this. I apologize for the lag again. Not moving forward. Yeah. How you can use AR tech right there integrated into the rack. This is done by Vision Express.
Siri here. Let me know if I can help.
So when we talk about personalization, we're talking about what suits me best. You know, you have digital try-ons. You can also send that to your friends, get an opinion.
Siri here.
Number of
Let
things.
me know if I can help.
Now that last store that we saw, there are no overhead lights. There are 4 overhead lights. That's about it. And the designer for the store, when they were doing the analysis, they realized that they were able to reduce the running cost of the store, the electricity cost of the store, by almost 60% because of the reduction in light, reduction in heating, reduction in air conditioning. So, by integrating digital, physical, seamlessly in a place where your customers spend 70% of their in-store time, integrating your pull messaging from social media, from your ATL campaigns, and bringing them right next to your product. You're able to influence them to buy faster. You're able to empower them to take decisions which make sense for them. At the same time, you're able to reduce your operations cost. Instead of when you have your EOSS, if you have a national chain, your team's operation team has multiple vendors to deal with just to get communication into a store. And sometimes that communication does not even reach the store on time or is not implemented at the right time or in the right way. By integrating tech, by integrating smaller screens closer to your product, you're able to personalize your content for the USS, personalize the content to the product. It becomes easier to do your content management and cheaper to roll out any of your campaigns within your store. You're reducing your electricity costs. At the same time, you're increasing the visibility of your product. Almost 40% of the product in a store is under obscure lighting because the overhead lighting does not reach the bottom shelves. I have examples in my experience center where we're actually demonstrating that. And when that happens, 40% almost of the product is not seen properly by the customer. So increasing visibility of 40% of your products. And that's where you're improving your operations cost. At the same time, increasing your sales and your impulse buy. I hope I have added value to all of you all. And whenever we take questions, I'm open for all questions. Thank you. That's my time.